In terms of Tyfu Cymru, for those who aren't familiar with, we've got a short video which I've done a little bit of what we do, but actually focus on training and skills development in the commercial horticulture sector. So we don't deal with owner allotments and grow it in your own garden. This is commercial, field scale, large scale horticulture. As I said, that covers edible and the ornamental side. So significant opportunities for growth, potential, value and employment, and that's recognised by government, and that's within their strategy as well. But there are references, important references in the area of opportunities within horticulture and land use, etc. So that's good for land use, it's good for the environment, it's good for health, it's good for the mental well-being as well. So there's lots of crossovers. It's pleasing that government sees the opportunity. 30 businesses on our database that we're looking to support. 219 of those have been involved in training activities. So there's quite a lot of potential, there's a lot of activity going on. Certainly over the next 3.5 years, we'd like to see those numbers continuing to rise and making a real difference in terms of helping your businesses grow, helping upskill those individuals who work with you so they're more productive, you're more profitable, and actually you're working more safely and environmentally friendly manner as well. Okay, we have two well-known and very capable growers with us today, so we're going to share some of their expertise. So, it's my pleasure now to introduce Gary Swain, Four Crosses Nursery. Four Crosses Nursery are growers of hardy nursery stock for the wholesale supply sector, based in Welshpool. Gary has over 25 years experience in plant production and sales, and as mentioned, these are exciting times for the business.
We don't actually sell any plants to end user landscaping, we sell it to bigger nurseries. If you like, there might be the main contractor, landscape architect. They'll go out to tender to say what I call being nurseries. Nurseries that collate all the plants, because nobody can have all the plants available to them at any one time. And then we supply those nurseries. They'll come to us if they've got a shortage of plants, and we'll supply them. So if you just go on to the next slide, to give you an idea of the scale, this was the original 10 acres involved back in '96. We've got an extra 6 acres, about 2,000. Currently, the whole area is 32 acres. We have filled this bit in this year, as Mark will know, and we're currently up to about 2 million plants altogether. We think there's potential to produce 4 million plants on this site if we could redevelop this site here, which is one of the challenges we're going to face with planning, but we'll go into that in a minute. Export-wise, 2 years ago in the Brexit environment, we saw Ireland as a target market. We started to export to Ireland. I think there's huge potential in Ireland for us to export there. We are actually exporting a little bit back to Holland as well recently, I think, owing to the weak pound. So these opportunities, I think, for exporting. This just give you an idea of the scale it is. That's looking across that new field I showed you before. It's about 1 million plants on that field there. One of our tunnels, 80,000 plants in there, and some we potted earlier on, and some laurels. So currently we're employing 12 full-time people, 4 people part-time for 6 months. And they've got a diverse range of skills. So we'll have lorry drivers, people who can spray. We're actually trying to look for a sort of nursery manager, production manager. But people who've got those skills in the UK are very difficult to find. We're always continuing training our staff. It's I think part of good management in any business. From plant health situations to driving tractors. So challenges. I thought this was quite a good picture. I think I've actually been here, sort of in Munster in Holland, which is probably about 40 minutes from Schiphol Airport, and it is literally a town of glass houses. They have, in amongst all this, we can see some houses there and houses here. I think altogether, with some figures off one of the things I was given last week, and all we've got 60 kilometres of square kilometres of glass houses. What this has done is spawned a massive industry in terms of people building room floors, all the infrastructure projects as well. So one of the other problems is water. We were very, very lucky. We had no plan at all. We bought the land, and just as lucky we have it, we've got a major water aquifer underneath us, which wasn't in the plan. So it's enabled us. We've got no restrictions on water, but it was just potluck. There was no plan. We'll have that bit of land because we know there's water there. So, but if people are going to grow plants on a large scale, I mean, we were using in excess of 500 tonnes of water a night last summer. So this area here, we've recycled all that to a central point here, and that goes back to my tank there. So all that is recyclable now, and it's part of, and we can actually recycle a bit off here as well. So going forward, we'll probably end up doing more of that as well. People is, like I say, we hang with the nursery manager, production manager, people with skills are not really there. They're difficult to get in this country. So that's why we do this continual training and try and raise the standard within the nursery and the knowledge within the nursery. I mean, just simple things like packing the plants for dispatch. It's actually one of the most skilled jobs on the nursery. You've got to pick the appropriate plant for that customer. Some customers want plants like this, some like set plants like that. You don't want to sell all the good plants to the customer who take them like that. So there's a lot of skill in just selecting the right plants for dispatch. So, we have to train people on that. I'm afraid I've got to mention the big one. It seems at the top of everybody's list at the moment, Brexit. Initially, I think for us as a grower, I think it will be a good thing. The nurseries supply, the dealing nurseries, they're driving up lorries around Holland and Belgium and collecting five, six nurseries. When we leave, they will have to pay for plant inspections. They haven't quite settled on the price yet, but somewhere between 150 to 300 euros per inspection. So if you're driving your Arctic around Holland with 4 or 5 collections, you're potentially talking up to 1,500 euros more per Arctic load. So obviously, we're going to be flavouring a month in the short term because they're not going to have that from us. I mean, we do import from Holland also, so we will have similar costs as well, but perhaps not to the same extent as some of the big dealers have. So I think initially it'll be a good thing. Going forward, I'm not sure, because we'll have to see how it plays out. Like I say, right opportunities. I think it's almost limitless. There's, like we outlined, I think Ireland's almost an open market. I think these possibilities of how we go back into Holland. We had some figures supplied last week, and the UK is somewhere in the region of 1.3 billion of sales, of which, now I couldn't quite nail this down, but I think something like 75% of which comes from Holland. So actually, in terms of what we produce in this country, is not actually that much. So I think when Brexit comes along, it could end up being a very severe shortage of plants in the UK, initially. So I think opportunities for UK growers, I think, are almost limitless.
We've been farming at Troed in Llwyndaw, Ceredigion since 2008, and I'm a new entrant farmer. I don't come from a farming background, though I have I think everyone has somewhere in their background who definitely has farmers and growers. There's no escaping that. But I was hugely influenced by an uncle who was a farmer. It continues to be, but I changed career in my late 30s, early 40s, feeling I needed to get off the fence a little bit and deal with some of the things which I found problematic in the world that I was living in, and also exciting. I'm particularly concerned about ecology, environmentalism, and actually coming directly into food production felt like a very good way to put my mark down and do something, and try and do something in a very positive way. We're hyper-local. What I'm interested in doing is really producing food from within the community I live within and close to. I don't really have huge expansion plans, if you like. What I really want to do is put the farm back into the centre of the community and food back into the centre of our conversation. And well-produced food which looks out for not only feeding people great food, nutritious food, but also looking out for soil health, looking at biodiversity across our land, and looking at a future for those things and not running that down. So I'm really keen to be part of that. That's where I'm coming from. We're in horticulture, but it's all about soil health. It's all about where we start. So there's a little slide of us building some fertility before horticulture. The farm is 23 acres, 8.5 hectares approximately, of which we grow an organic vegetable rotation of around about 15 acres. And at any time we've probably got somewhere around 11 to 12 acres in production. And the rest of that, to make up the 15, will probably be in a green manure or fertility building of some kind or another. That's really important to us, that we're always looking to be improving the soil rather than just taking from it. We sell within a radius of about 18 miles of the farm, and that's slightly distorted by the figure that we go to a farmers market or a local producers market, which is actually 24 miles south. But for the bulk of our food is produced on the farm and is eaten within about a range of 18 to 24 miles. Nothing goes any further. It's all direct sales. We run a small box scheme. We run a farmers market or a local producers market once a week in Newport, Pembrokeshire. We'll see some sides of that in a moment, and vegetable boxes. And we supply a few health food shops, local cafes, a few pubs, and a very small amount of, if we have any overage, might go into the pack house in Lampeter, which was the Organic Fresh Foods, it's now Watson and Pratt's in Lampeter. But very little. It's pretty much, and this is what I'm excited by us, our model and our story, and that's what I'm into doing, is farmer to the person who's going to eat. It's a direct from these hands. We've sowed those seeds. I can tell you everything about this. I can also tell you how to eat it, if you like. I can tell you how to cook it. I'm passionate about food. I think both of us would say that. We both are very keen to re-educate people to having a different food experience than the food experience that is becoming the norm. The food experience now, where if we haven't just got a division of a layer of cellophane over a clear pack, it's also across a bead of the scanner. I'd like to reacquaint people with a conversation about food. It's the thing which brings us all together. There's no escaping it. We'll all have to eat. And I have no problem selling everything we produce on the farm within that range. And that's a lot. It might not sound like a lot, but it is a lot. You know, I think last year we grew 60,000 leeks. They sold out the back of the van. You know, I know pretty much whoever ate them. So, 60,000, we might have 20-25% loss somewhere between there and there, but that's an awful lot. You know, we essentially know all of our customers, or at least are recognisable within the community, and that's what we're particularly interested in. Training. I've also been very active with training. We ran an apprenticeship scheme and a future growers scheme at the Soil Association, which we've been actively involved in. If you like, if I was to vision what I'm particularly interested in a food future for Wales, if you like, of us producing our own food here for the communities we live in. It's maybe not building big businesses. I'm not certain that that's the model I want to follow, because I feel that that's not particularly working, particularly for health and for the environment. And in fact, rather than become a big fish, what I'd like to see is a school of much smaller fish, and lots of people working quite closely together. And just going on to education, we do a lot of different education work. So we have everything from trainees and apprentices, which we've had in the past, to making sure that we have a very open farm gate policy. We really want to, if we had a farm motto, it would be get on my land. It's trying not to be exclusive, it's trying to get people to reconnect and have a food conversation. That's a major part of it.